Replicants are bioengineered. Who do you think I am? I've seen the first film, lads. Come on, that's all. For you soft world, their enhanced strength made them ideal slave labor. Okay, so we're repeating through a series of violent rebellions, reminding people. Their manufacture became prohibited and Tyrell Core went bankrupt. Nyander Wallace, whose mastery of synthetic farming averted famine. Okay, Wallace acquired the remains of Tyrell Core and created a new line of replicants who obey, drumroll, many older model replicants, Nexus 8s with open-ended lifespans survived. They're hunted down and retired. Those that hunt them still go by the name Blade Runner. Interesting though, same basic premise. Hey, if it ain't broke. Starting with the eye again. Okay. Whoa. California, eh? It's looking bleak, is that, mate? I'm hyped for this. People tell me, and I heard at the time that this was as good or better than the original, which is unheard of, right? Especially nowadays. I like the first film. I thought the first one was great, so this has got to be something special, eh? Yeah, I know it's Phil Nerve too, and he does atmosphere and like the visuals. It's so good. All right, so is this person a replicant then? We shall see. Batista? Hi, hello. To be fair to him, he's out near the window. You can see him.
I was careful not to drag in any dirt.
Oh, hello. Mindful. We like it.
I do mind.
Interesting. Glasses over the eyes.
Unannounced visits.
Fair enough. Interesting though, that, isn't it? Puts the glasses on and it's like almost, if you're a replicant, would you need them? Is that a purposeful move? If he is a replicant, trying to throw Gosling off, maybe? I'm not a replicant, look, I need glasses. Okay. Immediately, and I like the symmetry with the first film, right? It opens with the interview, and this interview, right? A little bit less formal, a little bit less on the nose of an interview, but also the same kind of thing, trying to identify a replicant, and already that subtle move with the glasses kind of trying to throw you off as the audience.
What do you farm?
Maggots.
It's a protein farm. Well,
beautiful. Times the hard, eh?
Is that what I smell?
Grow that just for me. Garlic.
Hey, you can't beat the smell of garlic, dude.
Go and try some.
I will, yeah.
No, thank you.
What? Are you a replicant, mate? That's inhuman.
I prefer to keep an empty stomach until the hard part of the day is done.
Okay, that makes sense, yeah, fair.
Your bag. It's colonial medical use.
Huh.
Military issue.
Oh, he's a sleuther.
Plan on taking me in. Take a look inside.
Right, so he's a replicant.
If taking you in is an option, I would much prefer that.
Okay.
I'm sure you knew it would be someone in time.
The jig is up, glasses off.
Good as any.
Chill. Chill.
No.
Goddamn. Yeah, he was ready. Oh, damn. Gosling's good, okay. Ow. Head through the wall. Oh. Ah. What a cool opening scene. Sort of nod to the original there, I think. Ah. Didn't react. Again, the question, is he just good at his job or is he a replicant too? Designed to be a Blade Runner.
Please don't get up.
I love how tired and like, please, just make it easy.
How does it feel? Killing your own kind.
Really? So, okay, confirmed.
I don't retire my own kind because we don't run.
Ah.
Only older models do.
Right. Right, just straight out there, he's a replicant.
Because you've never seen a miracle.
Seen a miracle. Yeah, well, that's the thing, I suppose. That's what we're getting into immediately. Gosling's replicant is a newer model. He doesn't run. We don't run. You do. The older models do. And why would they do that? Because they feel the fear, right? It's more human. It's where is the humanity. The film I can see perhaps maybe is Gosling's replicant going to find that humanity, learn, become more human. Can these newer models do that. A way to do what the first film did, but in a new way. You know, cards on the table, no hiding. Is he, isn't he? Yeah, he's a replicant. Yes, he is. But as we saw in the first film, they can be almost more human than human. That's the point. And it's nice that we have the contrast of Batista's, who is an older model, maybe one of the ones perhaps that we would be more familiar with having seen the first film, and arraying that old versus the new, right? I mean, this is the new film, the sequel, re-establishing, okay, where are we on the board? These are the replicants. We've got these ones and these ones. They tried to make them better, to try and erase, I mean, the opening card. The new ones obey. That's Gosling. Is that absolute though? That's the question perhaps that we're going to maybe ask ourselves and go forward with. And like I say, yeah, this first establishing scene, being like, okay, these are the replicants. This is where Gosling's is. Did they succeed this time? I suspect maybe not. What an interesting start already. With such a short scene, opening scene, they do so much in introducing you to this film. We took the eye.
Looks like he could take your head off.
He tried.
Tried, yeah.
Come on home for your baseline.
Baseline. Do they test the Blade Runners, these replicants, after every mission to see if they're still replicants, still lacking in the human touch? That's interesting, isn't it?
What is that?
Yeah, grave.
Come on home before the storm.
Are you feeling, mate? So interesting that you walked up and the first thing you did was smell the flower. Quite a human thing. And also fixating on the joy of that moment, the life in that moment, arrayed as it is against death, right? This grave. Oh, that music, eh? And again, the visuals transporting you.
Officer K, D6-3.7.
I wonder if he'll get a name. Sorry, because I realised as well that I'm calling him Gosling, because I'm like, what do I call him? Does he have a name? Clearly not. Maybe that's going to be a big part of the film. I mean, what is a name, right? It's identity. And what is identity? Only humans have that.
Recite your baseline.
And blood black nothingness.
Right, okay.
Within cells interlinked within cells.
Right, so they're testing...
Dark, a tall white fountain plate.
Yeah, so I guess this baseline allows them to determine if anything's different.
Cells.
Cells.
Do they keep you in a cell? Cells.
Ah.
When you're not performing your duties, do they keep you in a little...
Post-traumatic baseline.
Do they teach you how to feel finger to finger, interlinked?
Interlinked.
Right, if he answers the question.
Do you feel that there's a part of you that's missing? Interlinked.
Interlinked.
I'm getting stressed out. Listen to this. So it's in stark contrast that he's not listening, he's not answering these questions, he's just saying the last word. It's that, yeah, it is. They determine whether they're in any way human after every mission. That's so interesting. That's so egregiously unethical. They've acknowledged that these replicants that they've created can have life, can experience life, can become human, and they are actively trying to prevent that now.
Within cells interlinked. Within cells interlinked.
It's going to be interesting. Are we going to have an interview in the future where he wants to answer differently and he knows he can't, because otherwise I guess they'll retire him. Yeah. And they all know. There's no secret. It's interesting. It's dispensed with because the first film, there's this mystery. Who's the replicant, who's not? Is Deckard a replicant? Is he not? They've dispensed with that mystery. There's no mystery anymore. We all know. The film making it very clear we're not doing that this time. And the undertone, the thing under the surface of the first film, this nuance, this complexity. What is human? What is it like to be human? What's humanity? What is that like? And they have that. That's the focus. And I think coming into that, that's the thread they're picking up, at least what it seems like to me. And I think that makes it interesting. It engages you because I'm sat here being like, I'm looking forward to this journey.
How was your meeting?
Oh, is that Anna?
I'm getting cabin fever.
Yeah, it is.
I think I ruined my shirt.
I'm sure I can fix that for you. Let me take a look at it.
This is so interesting. It's this shadow of humanity, isn't it? They're going through the motions and it doesn't quite feel like it though.
You want a drink first?
Mm-hmm. Pour me one, will ya?
It's this phantom of humanity. This isn't quite humanity, it's quite mechanical.
And yet, voila. Bon
It's
appetit.
not even real.
I missed you, baby sweet.
It's kind of scary, innit? We're getting closer to that, to this. Nowadays, I feel like.
Would you read to me?
Okay.
You hate that book.
I don't want to read either.
It's going to be so interesting to see perhaps later in the film, because this, to me, I'm watching this and I'm like, this is scary. It doesn't feel, it's not real. And, as a human, you kind of recognize that, right?
What's the occasion?
It's our anniversary.
Is it?
No. Let's just say that it is.
So that's what humans do, right?
An emanator.
Oh, does that make her more real? Man, I'm getting anxiety because this is our future, innit? It's so empty of humanity. So wait, can you touch her now? Is that what that is, or? Oh, okay, she doesn't need the thing. Is it just me, or is it kind of scary how she's joyful at it as well? She can recognize, thank you. Is Joy the new replicant, you know? Like the idea of replicant that replicants are in the first film of are they human? Is she the new one for this film? Is that what we're doing now? Is it just a hierarchy of synthetic human? We have humanity, humans, born, us. Then we had replicants in the first film. They were the new thing. Now it's the Joys. And like the way that she's reacting to this, it's like looking up, thank you. You hang on, you know that's a thing. Is she human? How much humanity does she have? And is that gonna be the avenue that makes him realize, that starts to feel something, make him start to feel something? Maybe it's not gonna be the missions at all, maybe it's gonna be her. Maybe she's gonna make him start to feel something because she's starting to be more human. She's exhibiting more, do you know what I mean? That's interesting.
Where do you want to go first?
And it almost feels like he cares about her, genuinely. Keeps asking her, what do you want? Where do you want to go? They're testing him for baseline after a mission, but it's maybe not going to be that makes him human. Again, underestimating the replicant and how easily they have an avenue to feel. Yeah, look how big a deal this is for her. She isn't just a program. Well, she can't feel it? Is she going to start wanting more?
I'm so happy when I'm with you.
You don't have to say that.
No, she doesn't have to. So why is she?
The dig's come through. We have a new lead. Get down here.
Is she just going to start up again? Okay. Yeah, put her back in your pocket, eh? That's jarring, that, innit? But interesting, was he starting to feel something there?
The soil samples indicate that she's been buried for 30 years.
Interesting. That was since the first film.
She was pregnant.
Notching. And the Iliad crest.
In English, mate.
He was a combat medic. Maybe he tried to save her and he just couldn't.
It didn't seem like the saving tech.
Excuse you, mate.
Went to the trouble of burying her.
Yeah.
A sentimental skin job.
Aren't they all?
So where's the kid?
Yeah.
Maybe he ate it.
Okay, so we still have this impression that they are less than human. Or at least that's the public perception. You right? You upset, mate? Wait, she was a replicant?
That's not possible.
And she gave birth?
She was a replicant.
No way. Wow.
Pregnant.
Yeah. Isn't that human? So, hang on. What? Sorry, because that just sank in. So the kid, what's the kid? How do you want to categorize? I bet they're going to try and shush it up. Because you can't. That's going to rock the status quo like you wouldn't believe. Because that basically confirms, I mean, you know, we had it anyway. The confirmation that the replicants were human more than human, same as us. I think the first film really shows you that effectively. But I think this, because I can appreciate how in the world it would be this topic of debate. But this is undeniable. This is physically, that's how we define ourselves as human. That's what it's kind of how I've been talking about it and separating of, no, humans that are born, us, right? But if replicants are being born now, that's the definition of what makes us. Yeah, it just blurs that line even further. So interesting. That rocks this whole world. What are you going to do with that information,
The world is built on a wall.
mate? Yeah.
It separates kind.
Not anymore.
Tell either side there's no wall,
Right.
about a war.
It would, and it's so silly. It should be beautiful, but it's terrifying to them.
So what you saw
And it would be to us.
didn't happen.
Yeah, I thought they're going to bury that.
Yes, madam.
Of course.
It's my job to keep order. Erase everything.
Even the child.
I knew it. It should be a breakthrough.
Anything more to say?
Do you?
I've never retired something that was born before.
That's big.
What's the difference?
Well, it should be everything. That's what we were taught, right?
To be born is to have a soul, I guess.
Are you telling me no?
I wasn't aware that was an option, madam.
Attaboy.
I mean, the way that he was answering, which should raise a flag for her.
You've been getting on fine without one.
What's that, madam?
So,
Soul.
yeah. This film's so interesting. already. Yeah, that wall that she was talking about, it erases it. The wall's gone, and it would incite chaos. Like if this was our world and, you know, that came to light, that thing that made people, oh man, there would be some people who couldn't wrap their heads around it. And it would be cause for chaos, violence, slaughter, war. Like she said, she's not wrong. It shouldn't, though. It shouldn't. It should be celebrated and they should be welcomed. Their humanity, I mean, they were before, but that confirms it.
Because you've never seen a miracle.
A miracle, yeah. Hey. That's a callback, right? Ah, Wallace.
Just checking in on an old serial number.
Oh, are you sleuthing now?
Confirmation DNA?
Yeah, here.
Who was she? 30 years ago. Out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, was it Rachel?
I wouldn't waste your money on intelligence, attachment, or appeal. Unless you'd like to add some pleasure models to your order.
Wait a minute. Show me her face. Okay.
Would it be possible to reschedule this call, please?
Everyone remembers where they were at the blackout.
That was a little before my time.
10 days of darkness. Every machine stopped cold.
Really?
We were wiped clean. Photos, files, every bit of data, gone.
Really?
It's funny, it's only paper that lasted. Everything.
Yeah. How terrifying is that? I mean, you think about bank accounts nowadays. I've met some people, and it's valid, that are terrified. I mean, you know, the money that you have in a bank account it's just numbers. It doesn't exist. It can get deleted, right? All of this. I mean, yeah, like he said, if we have any kind of blackout, that ruins us. The infrastructure that we've built in that digital world, not built to last necessarily, is it?
My mom still cries over the lost baby pictures.
It's a shame. You must have been adorable.
One of the last gens, standard issue, made by Tyrell. Unremarkable.
Unremarkable.
There must be something else we can find, Brian.
Oh, hello. You were given a notification on this. This is important.
The 30-year-old open case finally closed. Thank you, officer.
Right. Was it Rachel then?
I'm love.
He named you. Must be special.
Named you, yeah. There's great import in that, eh? Yeah, I love how the visuals, the sets, the music evoke the first film.
The ancient models give the entire endeavor a bad name.
Do they?
I see you're also a customer. Are you satisfied with our product?
Oh, you're creating joy too?
Very realistic. Thank you.
Yeah, they really are the new replicant. Oh, it's old, eh?
No one's been down here in ages.
Yeah.
All our memory bearings, they're all damaged in the blackout.
I mean, was the blackout an accident or on purpose for some reason? Was that in an effort to get any stray replicants, maybe just reset them?
Butterfly collection. Lost the kill jar.
Oh, hello. Yeah, so it's Rachel, right?
Testing whether I'm a replicant or a lesbian, Mr. Deckard.
Okay. Confirmed. She gave birth.
This was a test.
Yeah.
We were difficult to spot then. Was there anything unusual about how you found her? To warrant an official investigation?
You know how people are about old serial numbers.
Yeah, so they just lost track of her and never found her.
She likes him.
Who?
Officer Deckard. She's trying to provoke him.
It is invigorating being asked personal questions.
You didn't recognize it though, he did. I feel like it's a subtle hint that he's gaining some level of humanity.
What can you tell me about him?
Oh?
You like to work alone. So did I. So we worked together to keep it that way.
Oh, the origami?
He wasn't long for this world. Something in his eyes.
Eyes.
Any idea how I could contact him?
He's new dish.
Dead?
Retired.
Right. The implication there is retired. Is that he's a replicant. Sorry, I did see in the comments that there's some contention as to whether Deckard was or wasn't a replicant. So I honestly still don't really know. Truthfully, you could probably read it either way, I think. Right? It doesn't really take away from it, actually. In some cases, could add to the story. But also, sorry, I do feel like Harrison's in this, though. Sorry, because I remember the film coming out, and I'm sure he was involved. I saw him doing interviews with Ryan. So sorry, slight spoiler, I guess, on myself. I'm assuming he's not dead.
Probably got what he wanted. To be alone.
An angel should never enter the kingdom of heaven.
Without permission.
Without a gift.
Oh, fair enough. The kingdom of heaven. So you see yourself as a god. I mean, Tyrell did too. I can understand why.
Well, let us see her then.
Oh, your eyes. Interesting. Considering the emphasis on them. Okay. Sorry, I don't know how much I can show of that. It was nakedness, but also interesting. The visuals and how it looked like birth. So this is a new model.
Before we even know what we are, we fear to lose it.
It's interesting that he doesn't have sight. I think the implication there is almost these eyes that see, these eyes that have seen so many things. You wouldn't believe what I've seen. It's almost this implication that he's less than human. And I mean, fits with the idea of him being a god and his, you know, because he's not human.
Now let's have a look at you.
Oh, are you giving yourself sight? I mean, that implies that it's a choice not to have that all the time. Which is interesting.
We make angels in the service of civilization.
Yeah, you very much see yourself as a god, don't you?
Yes, there were bad angels once. I make good angels now.
Okay.
That is how I took us to 9 new worlds.
Good angels. And what makes them good as opposed to bad? That they obey, that they lack humanity. Doesn't that tell you something, eh? This idea, this warped perception of what is a better version of humanity, well, that you've lost some of it, that we eradicate some of that we are more malleable to the status quo, that we just get along and don't think for ourselves. We lose our individuality, which is antithetical to humanity. This is the opposite of humanity. I mean, this guy very clearly not a good guy, huh?
9. A child can count to 9 on fingers. We should own the stars.
Alright, relax. Yeah, you want more, you're never satisfied, are you?
Every leap of civilization was built off the back of a disposable workforce. We lost our stomach for slaves. But I can only make so many.
I mean, that's interesting, that, isn't it? That, sorry, because she was standing in a way that was covering her modesty. You don't get that unless you're, I mean, there's something in that, right? You know, the Adam and Eve story, and the snake, and then eating the apple, and after that they suddenly realize they're naked and have to cover themselves up. That's the dawn, the onset of humanity, as we are today, right? That's how the story goes. But I think the way that she was covering herself was this implication of humanity immediately, which is interesting.
This is the seed that we must change forever.
Oh, you felt that.
I cannot breed them. We need more replicants than can ever be assembled. Millions, so we can be trillions more.
So you haven't been able to work that out?
We could storm Eden and retake her.
Eden. Okay. Yeah, I think the Adam and Eve almost references on purpose there, right?
Tyrell's final trick, procreation.
Right, so he figured it out.
Then lost.
And you can't figure that out. Okay.
There is a child. Bring it to me.
Yeah, who's the child? Where is the child? Interesting. God, how monstrous is he and his goals?
Best angel of all. Aren't you, love?
I don't know. She's starting to feel me, I think.
The man with the green jacket. Find out what he knows.
Okay. Right, who is she then?
Hello, Ava.
Don't you know what I am?
Guy eating rice.
Hmm.
What's that?
It's a tree.
Never seen a tree before.
Okay, that's sad.
You don't like real girls.
Real, huh? I mean,
I'm always here.
that word doesn't have much meaning anymore, does it? I mean, it's this question again, isn't it? What defines humanity? I mean, it used to be, especially in the old film, maybe the biggest thing of division that you could draw to as well. We're born and they're not. And now that's not even something you can fixate on as a difference anymore. Hello, piano. Secret room. Sorry. I mean, it's raising the question in his mind, isn't it? I thought I was less than human. Turns out maybe we aren't anymore. 21. Is he the kid? How old's he? Holy. Was he born? No. Will they do that? So is he the son of, I guess, Deckard Rachel?
You can't take those.
That would be wild.
Hold this for me. Here you go.
Are you gonna punch me in the face? I was half right. Let's. Oh God. How hard? Well, very hard. Oh my God.
Bones are gone. Already out. How long did that take? This breaks the world, Kay.
Yeah, kinda. The world you've all made for yourselves. The way that you've presented the replicants, and it would break them.
You know, I've known a lot of your kind.
Go on.
With you, I sometimes forget. Do you remember anything?
Uh-huh.
Where you were under me, you have any memories from before?
I have memories, but
Yeah.
they're not real. They're just implants.
Right. Interesting, isn't it? They've reversed the last film. And the replicants, they did have implanted memories. It wasn't real. It was that question of Rachel being like, is it Tyrell's niece's memory or is it mine? And more likely that it's Tyrell's niece. And I have a sneaking suspicion that he obviously thinks his memories are implanted the same as the rest of them, and actually they're real. And what a revelation that'll be. And I wonder how that'll make him feel. Because that's world bending in the same way that it was for Rachel when I was talking about last film. How horrible that is. Realizing and being told, actually you're not human. You're a replicant. When you thought you were human, you thought you were born. And it's the opposite way for him. That would be very poetic if they go that way. I mean, I feel like they are.
I go looking for a place to hide it, and the only place is this dark furnace. Beat me to tell him where it is, but I don't.
Why are they all shaved heads, eh? What's that about?
Little Kay fighting for what's his. It's a good one.
Also, though, it's the question, isn't it? If he is the kid, why is he a replicant working for, I guess, these guys, the LAPD? How'd he end up here? That doesn't quite compute. Why'd you turn that on, eh? You're reading all of that. Hello? Yeah, is she gonna work something out?
You didn't like her enough to tell her the truth. 6, 10, and 21.
There's nothing to tell.
Is that right?
How many times have you told me that story?
Right, it's his memory.
The date carved beneath.
Ah.
And 21.
Okay, yeah, confirmed.
Coincidence?
Does it mean what we think it means, though? That's the question. Because I'm not convinced yet.
A dangerous coincidence.
Or are you in denial?
I always knew you were special. A child.
I am,
Wanted. Loved.
I'm a little suspicious of her, only because she was made by, what's-his-face, God person.
I'd be hunted for the rest of my life by someone just like me.
Yeah.
It's okay to dream a little, isn't it?
Is it?
Not if you're us.
Yeah, that means you're human. That's dangerous.
They're identical. A boy and a girl. It's impossible.
Ah, twins.
Two people can't have identical DNA.
Twins.
One of these isn't real. It's a copy.
Okay.
They were both processed at the Moral Coal Orphanage. It says the girl died there.
Who was the replicant? Because if one of them was born, maybe they made a replicant of...
And the boy disappears.
Right.
You wanna go for a ride?
Yes. Goddamn yes. Yeah, because there's, I suppose I'm working with a theory, because maybe there was a natural born child and they made, for some reason, a replicant of that child that is him, or is he the child that was born and the one that died? But why would the other one die? I mean, it makes more sense that they were twins, right?
Buckle up.
It's also kind of an experiment in a way, right? I mean, the first film, I think, is presented, whichever way you want to come down on it, Deckard as a human, right? Whether you want to start to question that halfway through the film, 3/4 of the way through the film, after you've seen the film, fine, sure. But the film itself doesn't really openly tell you that. And I think the implication is that he's human, right? I think that's an important part of almost the dialogue or the message, the complexity of the theme and the plot, the story, that what you kind of wrestle with, and the human, are they not? That kind of question. It's interesting in this film, the protagonist is a confirmed replicant, he's not human. And also we've got Anna's character here, the Joy, very much not human either. And I think in the first film, you as the audience warm to Deckard because he's the human in this world that is very unfamiliar. At least that's the way he's presented. And I think because of that, you feel kind of a kinship with him. And so this film almost feels a little bit like an experiment in the way that it's presenting these protagonists, these characters we're following, going along for the ride, for the journey, and making you go, aren't they human? It questions your kinship as the audience with the protagonist. Like, how far can it stretch that? How far can they kind of push that? And what is the effect? I mean, at least for me, I'm speaking for myself, this is why I feel a kinship with them. Maybe I'm applying my own humanity to the both of them as well, right? This relationship that they have that, I mean, if you really stop and think about it, you have to start questioning, is it real? Do they feel anything for each other really? The argument would be no. So maybe it's me applying that humanity to them, because like I very much feel like they're in this together and they have something of a relationship. To me, I feel that relationship. I feel that kinship. I mean, there's that word, right? It's interesting actually that I say that, because obviously, yeah, we get that in the first film, kinship, right? That ending shot of when, you know, Roy pulls up Deckard, and that we have as we go through this film, kinship. And I mean, that was kind of what the first film settled on, right? That's humanity, kinship, and they have it here. And that's another indicator that they're on the board of humanity. And so that's why I talk about, you know, these protagonists, non-human though they are, that they've been confirmed. We know that. It's not a question, it's a statement. And how far they can kind of push that element and yet also make the audience feel something for them, like they are human. Do you know what I mean? It's almost proof. If you're feeling something for these characters, if you're feeling that kinship, that whatever you want to call it, friendship, relationship that they have, the things that perhaps Kay is starting to feel, the ways that I think that you start to get inklings of joy also starting to feel, and that kinship between you, the audience, and the protagonist, these characters here, it's almost proof of humanity. There, proof that their humanity is real, because you as the audience are latching onto them in the same way that you would Deckard, knowing as you do in the first film, at least, the way it's presented, that he is human. It's just an interesting, almost meta element to the film. Oh, that is some aim, dude. Ouch. Yikes. So calm. Hello, hello. Oh God. The emotion, the tears in her eyes there, that's... At this point, she's almost more human than he is. Just in the way that she's manifested, emoting. Oh God. Okay. My goodness, Bane, Jesus. Oh. That escalated so quick. Oh God, what is happening?
Fire again.
Oh, is this love? Yeah, okay. I mean, and how inhumane is that? She's getting her nails done and she's murdering.
Stop.
That's scary, because it feels...
Oh, come on.
That scene in the first film where he's identifying.
Do your job.
Right, you're helping him.
Find the child.
You want to find them too? I mean, well, the question is she doing Jared's bidding, or is she doing it for selfish reasons, right? Yeah, sorry, the way that she was dictating the coordinates there, very reminiscent of Deckard, and zooming into that image. Is this going to trigger a memory? It's funny, isn't it, how this film has taken on a little bit of a mystery, sleuth storyline too, in the same way that the first one did. Hello, bald kids. Okay. Okay. God. She's not bald. What's going on there? Oh God. Oh, this is bad.
I'm here to work. If you're not working, I don't need you.
I mean, this is basically a smaller scale of what Jared wants. He wants this, but bigger and bigger and bigger.
And I encourage play. I do. Keeps them occupied and work that molds them into a child worth having.
Is that all we are as humans? Are we defined by our ability to work and how well we do it? I mean...
I'm buying. No. This is just my game, and I play it fair.
A little boy came through here about 30 years back. I need to see your records.
Don't keep records that far back.
I think you can. Now you can tell me what you remember. I can put a hole right here and take a look.
Ooh, this is personal, and you can tell. I mean, how different was that compared to the first scene we got with Batista? Maybe also it's interesting to examine. I mean, that guy's human, Batista wasn't. Maybe it's just a reflection of how he treats people who aren't his kind as well. But also, I think perhaps more so that he's more invested now, and it's meant to show you that. And if he was the cut and clean replicant just doing his job, he wouldn't have got emotional there. That was emotional in a way that he wasn't at the start. Yeah, the pacing's super interesting, isn't it? It's very slow, but I feel like the hook of this mystery is so intriguing, so engaging that it has you regardless. And I think the pacing and the slowness exemplifies it because you're eager for it. You want it quick. You want to know.
It's gone. It's the entire year.
Really?
I didn't do that.
Hello. Deckard? Maybe? Protecting a kid? This is the thing now. I know that Harrison was in the press when the film was releasing, but I'm like, was that a red herring? Was he just there as like a, do you know what I mean? You know, don't mean to dehumanize him, ironically, but was he just a trophy? Do you know what I mean? It's like Blade Runner. Like, and he just wasn't in the film. Cigarettes. The horse. Oh, if you find the horse, that memory's real. Come on, you got to imagine he's finding the horse, right? I mean, that answers the question. He's the kid. Well, I mean, no, that's not true either, sorry. Because if that memory is implanted, it implies that it's someone's memory. The memory's real. If the horse is there, it just means that obviously that memory happened. It's not necessarily confirmation, though. Maybe it is to him. That music. Yeah. That's world shattering though.
I always told you, you're special.
Yeah, but I think do you not say that to everybody, mate? Respectfully.
Hidden with care.
Am I an idiot though? Maybe. Because the implication with implanted, like I say, memories is that someone had them. So obviously the horse would be there. You would just remember it the same way they did. It doesn't necessarily mean that you were that kid. So it's like he still could, you know, he still might not be. I don't know. I'll put a pin in that and just assume, because the film, I think, is telling me that it's his memory, right?
A real boy now.
Pinocchio.
A real boy needs a real name.
So what did I say?
Joe.
No. Come on. We can do better.
Joe.
Please do better.
You're too important for Kay.
Yeah, but Joe. Sorry for any Joes watching. I'm just saying. It's a bit run-of-the-mill, innit?
Joe.
Really? Can we spitball a bit more? Kay? Kilgrave. Do you know what I mean? Something, just something a little bit fancier. Cardamom. You're welcome.
How do I know if a memory is an implant or not?
Thank you. Okay, no, we're dealing with it.
Who makes the memories?
Yeah. I'm so engaged, man. I'm so in.
The compromised immune system.
Okay. Who are you?
Is that why you're not off-world?
My parents had her passes in pocket, but I took sick.
Same as, what's his face? JF.
It was a new life for me. Picked me. Made my cage. Filled it with everything they could to keep me happy.
Yikes.
And I was used to crowds. What can I help you with?
Jeez.
Thought you might be able to help me with the case.
Oh, that's the most interesting thing I've been offered to help with in ages.
Are you okay, mate? The tone of voice that you're using implies not.
They say you're the best memory maker there is.
Right.
Well, then they're kind. I love birthday parties.
It's interesting, isn't it? Is she human or a replicant? Because it would be more interesting if she was human. Just for, I think, what the film and Blade Runner generally goes for. This isn't living, is it?
Wallace needs my talent to maintain a stable product.
Yeah, wow.
His only kind. Replicants live such hard lives, made to do what we'd rather not. I can't help your future, but I can give you good memories to think back on and smile.
It's nice.
Yeah. Why is that sad and really nice at the same time?
Do you ever use ones that are real? Can you tell if something really happened?
They all think it's about more detail. That's
Right.
not how memory works.
Yeah. You
Recall
forget.
their feelings.
I was a second behind. You might misremember something, not remember something, but you remember how it made you feel.
Just picture it.
I love that we're on his face. We've seen the memory. We're not seeing it again. We're just seeing the emotions on these two. The fear on his face. The,
Someone lived this, yes. This happened.
Yeah. Who? Right, so it's not a created memory by her.
I know it's real.
Yeah, you want to work out, you want to know if it's... That hits so hard, because that's the first really emotional thing he's done. What an explosion. That was beautiful. Everything feels different now, eh? You didn't think it was real before, now it is suddenly. What does that tell you? You couldn't tell.
Under arrest. Drop your gun and keep
Really?
where I can see him.
Okay.
Have you ever been in an institution? Cells.
Cells.
It's all about perception, almost, isn't it? If you perceive something to be real, then it is. But just because you don't perceive it to be real doesn't mean it isn't either. Because that's what he had. He perceived himself to be a replicant, so it didn't... He almost persuaded himself that, oh, this isn't real. And now that he knows he's not, it feels different to him. It's got extra validity. It's weird that we do that, isn't it? It's weird that the people in these worlds do that in these different films. The lines that we draw, it's almost like a need as well. You know, we have Madam talking about, you take down that wall and it's chaos, it's war. It's like, why? Why? We draw all of these different lines and we put so much import. And again, it's kind of coming down on the first film in the same way of, it doesn't matter, none of it matters. I mean, you look at Jared and his involvement in the film and what his goals are, what he wants, and it's like, why? You want billions, trillions of people so that you can reach for the furthest edges of the stars. You know, we put so much import on, I mean, he's put import on being a god and stretching, bigger, wanting more, because he wants to make this idea of himself as the god real. I mean, he's seeking Eden, right? That's what he said. And it's because of this perception that he has, this import that he's put on this idea of himself as a god. He needs now validity. He needs to be in Eden. He needs to find Eden because that's what would make him God in his mind, more fully. Right now he doesn't have that, so he's reaching, you know, and it's like we're always all reaching, aren't we, for something, some level of validity. I mean, I think when you look at him, Jared, and his character, and he doesn't need that. He's already, by a lot of people's definition, probably a god. He's creating people, creating these replicants. And I think, like I was talking about in the first film and what the first film demonstrates, even were Kay Gosling's a replicant, there's still an argument to be made that that line doesn't exist and he's human, he's feeling, he's thinking, is the same as the rest of us. Sometimes it's as simple as these perceptions that we have that draw these lines arbitrarily for us. What's the truth? The truth is they don't exist.
What's it like to hold the hand of someone you love? Interlinked. Within...
Oh, pause.
Within one stem.
Oh.
And dreadfully
against the You're not even close to baseline.
Damn. Of course.
Out. Close the door.
Yeah, she can be like, what happened?
What the is with you?
Or that.
I found the kid.
Is he just going to come out with it? It's me.
Even he didn't know who he was.
Yeah. To protect him. I mean, I can understand if that was Rachel and Deckard's intent. You know, you got to be thinking like, wow, we didn't think this could happen. That's wild. Because they probably didn't know they could have a kid. And then if it ended up happening, they'd be like, what do we do? They'll hunt this kid to the ends of the earth if they ever find out. We need to hide them. I mean, it's kind of cruel almost what they did to him. You know, now we're seeing it in the future here, but also effective. I mean, like you can kind of understand it.
You just stopped a bomb from going off.
She bought that? Okay.
I can help you get out of the station alive, but you have 48 hours to get back on track.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, madam.
So she just thinks he killed the kid, I guess. Thinking back to those girls, yeah.
You were right.
Yeah, the girl.
You were right about everything.
Oh, it's going to be interesting because that girl who approached him before, she's real. I wonder now whether that, if they meet again, it'll be different. Right. Okay. She ordered. Right.
It's okay. I want to be real for you.
You are real for me.
Yeah. You don't need... Oh. This is so interesting that the human is the conduit. It's almost like this is their world now, the replicants. I mean, what would we have? Like nowadays, we'd have AI to complement or... I mean, that's the idea, right? I know that obviously AI has been used to basically take a lot of what makes humanity, you know, the arts, for example. AI has been used today in really horrible ways. It is. But from a theoretical perspective, AI should be there to complement us, to almost serve us, right? And in this scene here, the human, her, she is fulfilling that function. And it kind of almost gives validity to Kay and Joy. You know, she is serving them. It's interesting. The reversal, the role reversal, and showing actually each, you know, humans, replicants, each can inhabit the roles. And the reason for that is they're not so different. Another demonstration of that. Oh. This must be bizarre. For the human too.
Look at you.
I have to think.
That's crazy. That concept of humanity, the human giving the AI the opportunity to feel. It's kind of beautiful. Again, that line's blurring, isn't it? What's human, what's digital? Does it really matter? Clearly Joy feels and is learning and wants more. I like how Joy... Oh, she's watching. Interesting. Sorry, Joy moved first. Well. What an interesting scene.
Joy is anything you want her to be. Joy goes anywhere you want her to go.
And there, this scene straight after being like, but is she real? That element there, it is. It's like, is she just a program? Isn't that just what she's designed for, though, to make you feel like she's real? Because in that sentence that I just said, to make you feel like she's real implies that she's not. And do you know what I mean? It's like, again, it's you have this scene where it's like, God, she's real. And then you have that. And that's why that I feel it, you know, that shot of her on the side of the building, this commercial image of Joy is so important there to throw that uncertainty back into the audience. Is she real? Is it real? Though, but I mean, we have that as humans sometimes. Is the love that we feel for this person, is it really love? Or, you know, because there are, you know, look, obviously it's all contextual, it all depends, but you can, you know, almost fool yourself into thinking you love someone and it's something else. You can't always trust that it's love. Maybe it's lust. Maybe it's something else. Do you know what I mean? It's like, to that extent, there's this idea even in humanity of, is it real? Is it actually the thing that you think it is, or are you fooling yourself? And whether Joy is a program or not, she knows Kay. That program has learned him. And does it mean that it's any less real? Just because she was programmed to do that, it's still that she knows him and she, do you know what I mean? It's like, where, it's the film, it's making you ask the question, where's the line? And actually, is the line so important? But it's really interesting, like I say, that commercial image of her on the side of the building, the uncertainty that throws back into you after that scene that really just makes you strongly feel, gosh, she's real. Where is that line? It doesn't exist. And it's like, boom, there's the line, you know. The film is playing with you. Oh, but yeah, she's working for someone, isn't she? Is she the kid? Oh, a tracker.
I'm done with you.
Yeah, this Joy isn't the basic foundational Joy she's learned. She has feelings. She has an attachment to Kay.
Quiet now. I've been inside you. Not so much there as you think.
Really? You wouldn't know, I feel like, mate. I think you're just reacting to what she said of, I'm done with you now. She made you the object.
Coffee?
Yeah, always, mate. Yeah, sorry, that was aggressive. I apologise. I don't. I'll always feel passionate for coffee.
You have to delete me from the console.
No. Oh.
Be there.
I can't do that.
Oh, there'd be one copy.
If anything happens to this, that's it.
There's only one copy. Yeah.
Yes.
Almost like a human.
Get real, girl.
Yeah. The film almost pushing in front, you know, if it wasn't clear enough, putting in front of you this idea of her as more real, giving her validity. Now she's got one life, isn't she human? And the fact that she wants to protect him so badly. She's not a mindless program.
Too dark in here.
Oh, hello.
Where is he?
You care for him?
He destroyed it, except for the box of bonds that you already took. Which I'll wager wasn't enough.
Ow. Ow.
You tiny thing.
Oh, there we are.
In the face of the fabulous new, your only thought is to kill it?
I mean, yeah, you got a point.
For fear of great change? You can't hold the tide with a broom.
Except that I did.
No, you didn't. She's right, though.
You're so sure. Because he told you. Because we never lie. I'm gonna tell Mr. Wallace you tried to shoot me first.
Oh, God.
So I had to kill you.
Rip.
And do what you gotta do.
Wow, hey, I salute you for that, mate. Oh. I think she killed her in the same way that Jared did the newborn, right? Newborn. Yeah, that tear. It's almost like there's a delayed response. She feels that she just killed someone, but... But yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because it is arraying love as the bad guy, but she's right. What I was saying earlier on. It should be a revelation. It should be a celebration. It's such a huge discovery they can give birth, the same as us. It should be celebrated. It's like, look what we did. Look what we discovered. And now they're here. What next? We should welcome them in. You know, great change. We should welcome it. Because yeah, and we do. We get so set in our ways, don't we? Humanity becomes defined. You know, Jared and his goal, industry. That's what we are. It's this image, isn't it, of industrialization. We had that factory with the kids, and they were, you know, from the youngest to the oldest. We lost our stomach for slavery, so we created our own slaves. It's the present we're living in now too. Work, 9 till 5. We're almost not human, we're robots, right? And her coming in, and it's like this great change, and you're covering it up, you're killing it. What if change is good? What if change is what we need? Is the status quo of what we got, is that the best of humanity? Should that be the goal? Should we be striving? Should we be deriving our value from work? Is that being human? I mean, we had the imagery of Eden, Adam and Eve. You know, they were in Eden, they were in paradise, in the garden, just eating fruit and naked and frolicking and having a good time, right? There was no work. It's interesting, isn't it? I mean, if you want to go the biblical sense, that's what humanity was almost in its purest form. How far away are we from that? Very, very far. If you look at the present now, this dystopian, I mean, I say that, I mean, this is a reflection of our reality, our world. And it's this stark contrast. She's talking about great change. You're trying to stop change. We are. We do. Any great change. I mean, we had an event, obviously, in 2020 that, you know, threatened change. You know, I think there were some changes for the better, and everyone wanted to just go back to the way it was. You know, we had this kind of we were on the cusp of change for the better in a lot of cases. You know, it was an event that made us realize actually maybe we should change how we do things, certain things, and we just snap back. Why are we so allergic to change? We get so static. That's antithetical to humanity. Like, we change, we always change, we learn, we grow. That's what we do. And yet we have created this mold for ourselves that is so unchanging. It's just the same for everybody. It leeches us in a lot of ways of our individuality. And so what she's saying, and she is arrayed in the film almost as this antagonist, because that is the antagonist of this reality that we live in, this status quo that we live in today of change. It's the evil. No, you shouldn't want that. You should want to keep things as they are. It's a really accurate representation, reflection of our reality, right? And she represents that. And it's funny, isn't it, that she's the antagonist, and it's like she's not. We shouldn't be rejecting change. We as humanity, we as humans, we are change. And we've lost that. And like I say, that reflection of, you know, the original, the Eden, the Adam and Eve, there's this presence in the film that is almost a reminder of what we were, let's say. How much freer were we, and how much of that have we lost? We lost all of it. You know, this is such a good commentary almost on that. You know, it's almost digging deeper into humanity and the human condition. Thrown in our face, like I say, how we're so antagonistic to change, and we shouldn't be. Nothing thrown away. No reverence. Whoa. What an image, eh? Huh. Is this the house from the first film? You know, the ending? Oh. It looks kind of familiar. No. No, maybe not. Okay. Piano again. Are we getting closer and closer to Deckard, maybe? Oh, hello. A wolf? That would be interesting, considering Roy.
I didn't happen to have a piece
Hello.
of cheese about you now.
Do you miss cheese? I get it. The wolf is almost Roy, right? Aha. Hello. There he is. Okay.
Many is the night I dream of cheese. Toasted.
What a human thing. Such a small thing. So full of character.
You're a cop.
Relax.
What questions?
Mate. We all just got... I mean, it's interesting, isn't it? Oh no, it is a dog. Fair enough. Maybe representing the wolf a little bit, though. Interesting. We're getting a bit of a showdown in a large house. And we're just looking for meaning, aren't we? Almost the same as Roy and Deckard were in the first film. Ow. Well, I feel like, guys, I realise we need maybe a big set piece and everything, but we can also just talk. It's interesting, isn't it, these digital representations of Elvis, Marilyn Monroe, these things very much tied to, well, they were human ones, and these digital versions of them, this human, and it's silence, you know, the sounds cutting out, this image of something so full of life, so full of humanity that is absent of it, the music cutting in and out, something not quite right. So it's just every example in this entire film seems to be like asking a question of where we place our humanity, how it can be copied, kind of throw it in your face of look how easily we can be copied. Does that really give us individuality? Are we really unique? And it's almost the answer to the question is no. But that doesn't make you less human. It's kind of trying to force the answer on you of we're not special, but that doesn't matter. All of these things we put meaning on don't matter. All that matters is the moment, the present, and how we choose to live, and that is defined by us. Whether we're human, replicant, joy, whatever.
I don't want to hurt you, but you're not making it easy.
Okay. Yeah, almost that question, Elvis in between, this digital Elvis. It's almost asking this question, who's real here?
There's millions of bottles of whiskey.
Hey, there's worse things, mate.
Is it real?
I don't know. Ask him.
That's the question, isn't it? Dad could almost throw it in his face. What do you mean by that word, huh? Ask him.
Got a name?
Officer KD6-3.
That's not a name.
Yep, Joe.
Joe. I want to ask you some questions.
Like what?
Are you my dad? I honestly don't know. Like, I feel like
The mother of your child.
I feel like the film's got something left for me to learn. I don't know what it is yet.
Too many questions. I had your job.
It was simpler then.
Why are you making it complicated?
Yeah. Why are you making it complicated? Is it really more complicated? Or have we applied more to the situation that's arbitrarily made it complicated? Because I think, you know, that's the kind of the point of the films is it's simpler than we're giving credit for. We're throwing at walls, we're dividing them, we're replicants, humans, is, you know, so complicated. Is it? Or actually, is it as simple as we all feel? We all have these experiences, memories, does all the details really matter? We're all the same.
Rachel.
What happened to the kid?
I was long gone by then.
Huh.
You didn't even meet your own kid?
Because that was the plan.
Right.
Everyone had a part. Mine was to leave.
Well, that's sad.
Then the blackout came, paved over everything.
Right.
Couldn't have found the child if I tried.
Right.
I didn't want our child found.
Yeah.
Dissected.
Yeah, fair.
Sometimes to love someone,
To leave them.
you gotta be a stranger.
Two strangers across from each other at a bar.
The strangers.
This is such a good film. And it's so patient, isn't it? There she is. Oh, God. Oh, the clear jacket. Another callback, eh? The I don't know, why don't you ask him? It's such an underrated line. I love that.
Who'd you bring? Huh?
Now he has the tracker in the bag, doesn't he? Damn. Oh God. Bursting through walls, eh? Ow. Ow. I was going to ask before, because I kind of assumed this place was riddled with radiation, right? That was the point. That was what they found on the horse. And he was going in without a mask or anything on, right? Decker's not got one on either. These guys have come in with masks. Damn. Oh my God. Hello. Yeah, she's not got one on either. Is that showing us which one's the replicants, maybe? I mean, because he's a hybrid. But is he? If Decker's a replicant. Joy. Oh God. Oh man. Oh, this sucks. Don't do it. Come on. Where's your humanity? Sorry.
You hope you're satisfied with our product.
Oh. And there you go. Confirmation, really. Human as the rest of us at the end there. That sucks, man. That sucks. They just wanted Deckard. Yeah, I feel like the dog is meant to symbolize Roy almost, right? Ah. I thought the girl that put the tracker on him was part of Love's makeup, but maybe not. Hmm. Who are you then? The girl, do you think? Because there was two, right? Oh god, I hope not, because that implies that they're siblings. That's a bottom. All right. Do you know what? It's weird. I think I prefer this film. I like this film better than the first one, but it's not because this one's better than the first one. It's because this one goes deeper into what the first one started. You know what I mean? Hopefully that makes sense. As I got a certain distance into the film, I was getting that feeling of like, I think I prefer this film.
There's someone who wants to meet you.
Okay.
You can trust us.
Really? Yeah, who are you?
You must want me to look up and to the left.
Just Rachel?
This is Fraser.
Oh.
She fought with Sapper on Calantha.
I recognize you.
Huh.
Did you help him hide the child?
Oh.
One eye.
I saw a miracle delivered.
Yeah.
Were you with her, Rachel?
I held her as she died.
Damn.
That baby meant we are more than just slaves.
Oh, yeah.
If a baby can come from one of us,
Then you're just the same.
our own masters.
It's sad that you need that as an indicator. Do you know what I mean? It's sad that they needed something like that to definitively prove that they're the same as us, because I think I'd argue the first film shows us they are.
More human than humans.
A revolution is coming.
Yeah.
And we're building an army.
Because you have to.
We want to free our people.
Yeah, that's what happens when you put up walls. Ironic, isn't it, considering Madam was talking about you bring those walls down, it's war and chaos. It's like you keep those walls up and it's war and chaos because you're not giving the replicants any validity in society. So of course they're going to have this and they're going to want to overthrow you because you're not giving them the same rights as you when they are the same as you. And actually perhaps the only path to peace is to bring those walls down.
Dying for the right cause is the most human thing we can do. You cannot allow Deckard to lead Wallace to me. You must kill Deckard.
Oh, come on. Jeez.
Deckard only wanted his baby to be safe, and she is.
The girl.
And she will lead our army.
She?
So...
Of course. Rachel had a daughter.
Right.
With my own eyes, I saw her come.
With my own eyes.
It was a boy that you hid.
That is just a piece of the puzzle.
Right. I did say there was wiggle room for this memory thing, because just because it's confirmed that that memory happened still doesn't mean that that was your memory. Yeah, I knew something didn't make sense. Yeah, and they're using that. Fair enough. Okay. Again, though, what she said there, in a piece of the puzzle, there's something more to this, man.
It's just a piece of the puzzle.
I feel like we're uncovering more layers still. That's huge. He's gone to... And I mean, that's almost more impactful to persuade him that he's human and not a replicant, that he was born. And he starts to put the perception, right? He starts to perceive things differently because he thinks he's human. And then what if they reverse that and actually, no, he is a replicant? What does that tell you? You can't feel it. You can't. That's not the answer. It's all arbitrary. It's all about your perception, mate. This almost gives him more validity. It almost gives the replicants more validity because of this back and forth. You know, it shows that just because he thought he was once a replicant, then he thought he was a human, it felt different. That moment where his, you know, the rain is hitting his hand, and I feel like it is this image of, oh, this feels different now. It all feels different now. And if he turns out to be a replicant anyway, all along, it just proves the point that it's all about your perception. None of it really matters.
You imagined it was you. You did.
Yeah, be gentle. Be gentle.
We all wish it was us. That's why we believe.
Oh, bless him. You know what I mean? It's taking the concept of the first film and doing so much with it.
Someone lived this, yes.
Yeah, just not you.
I showed them how to scramble the records, cover their tracks.
Right.
There's a bit of every artist in their work.
Oh. Well. Yeah, this is bigger than individuals. This is...
I have wanted to meet you for so very long.
What's in your hand, mate? Why do I feel like it's going to be messed up? Oh.
You are a wonder to me, Mr. Deckard. I had the lock.
You had the key.
I found the key.
Fair enough. My bad.
Yet the pins do not align. The door remains locked. I need the specimen to reach it, Mr. Deckard. I need the child. To teach them all to fly.
Yeah, isn't that so poignant? He wants the child to enslave them all and serve humanity, and the replicants want to keep the child safe so that they can be part of humanity or, well, overthrow them because they've given them little choice.
And God remembered Rachel.
Right, so that's Rachel.
And opened her womb.
Okay. Why you gotta be creepy about it, though?
Do you like our owl?
The owl.
Of course it is.
Must be expensive.
They can't have had much time together.
The moment you met her. All these years you looked back on that day, drunk on the memory of its perfection. How shiny her lips. How instant your connection. Did it never occur to you that's why you were summoned in the first place? Designed to do nothing short of fall for her right then and there. All to make that single, perfect specimen.
Well, I mean, that would be wild.
That is, if you were designed.
I know what's real.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you're a replicant or not. The point is that you are.
It's very clever to keep yourself empty of information. And all it cost you was everything.
There you go. The plan worked.
You don't have children.
Oh, he's going to say something like, I have loads, because he's God.
Well, I have millions.
Come on. Stop it. Okay. Well, this is a little cruel, isn't it?
Made again.
Okay.
For you.
She's not. She wouldn't be the same, though. There'll always be something missing. Oh, damn. Looks good.
Did you miss me?
Stop it. That's filthy. Stop it. It's hollow. This is fake.
Don't you love me?
This is manipulation. The Rachel that he knew is gone. This replicant might have her face, might be a person in their own right, but isn't that person. He knows that. But it's still hard.
Her eyes were green.
Really? They thought he'd be... Okay.
Off-world. I have everything I need to make you talk.
Okay, brilliant.
You do not know what pain is yet.
Okay.
You will learn.
Very dramatic. Oh. More boobies. Alright.
What a day.
Well, this is painful.
You look lonely. I can fix that.
Not the time, Joy. Everything you want to see, everything you want to hear. Sorry, I can't show you that. It's a nude lady, mate.
Dying for the right cause is the most human thing we can do.
I love how the double whammy of finding out he isn't the child to Joy giving him the impression here that his love and what they had was all fake. Kay has never felt less real, less human than he does in this moment. These words, dying for the right cause is the most human thing we can do. Now he's seeking it out. He wants to be human. Previous to this, he perceived it to be a decision out of his hands. It was decided for him. He either was or he wasn't, as decreed by others or society in general. This moment is the realization in him that he wants to fight, that he sees humanity as something you can decide is yours. His perception finally shifts where it needs to be. There's something beautiful in that. Game on. Let's go.
Take us back!
Alright, mission accomplished. I mean, the whole point of trying to kill Deckard is to keep him from giving the game away. You can achieve that as well by grabbing him and making sure he's safe. What an image. Careful, mate. Ooh. Oh. Oh, what a beautifully shot scene. The lighting and the rain and the waves and the sound and the music playing over it all. It promotes also confusion in the action, right? When they're shooting. It's like who got shot, where, what. So chaotic. Oh. Ow. Yeah. Okay. Come on. That'll sting. callback maybe, fair enough.
I'm the best one.
Right. That's how you find your value in amongst all this, and that's the point, right? You got to find your own value. Don't let other people give you it or withhold it. You know, to a certain extent, she's found the answer. I'm not saying it's healthy, not saying it's good. She's found the answer for her. I don't think our boy's out for the count, though.
After all this waiting.
Yeah. Yes. Oh. Oh, that's such an interesting image as well when he's holding her up. You know, she's high as she can possibly go and he's been pushed down low and they're both suffocating. Something beautiful about that. Because she, in the hierarchy of replicants, is high. She has power status. He isn't. He has nothing. He's been cast aside and yet they're both suffering in that. They don't have true freedom. Brutal, mate. Honestly, the film could end. He gets Deckard out, and that's it. And I'd be happy. I feel like we've gone on such a journey. Right? The point of the film is almost not the plot. It's the substance of the plot. The nuances, the complexity, the human question again. And it'd almost be a thing of like, good luck to him. I almost want to experience more of this world. I want to see it, but I don't need to. I just need to know that they got out and there's a chance for the replicants. And in my mind, I think I'd like to imagine that they got their freedom, that they won it.
Joe!
No. Damn though. Yo, sorry. Awesome. Nice.
You should have let me die out there.
Kinship.
You did.
Yeah.
Drown out there.
Mum's a word, eh?
You're free to meet your daughter now.
Oh.
Go meet your daughter. You okay?
Oh. I like that you asked, though. Has he had medical help? Because he took a few blows, mate. Okay. What does it feel like now? Does it feel real? It doesn't really matter, does it? You can do whatever you want. Maybe he's gonna die. Same as Roy in those final moments. Maybe he was the happiest he'd ever been. More appreciative of life than he'd ever been. I quite like that we're with him and not with Deckard and his daughter. The film has done a good enough job that I'd rather be with him in his final moments than I would with the protagonist of the last film meeting. Do you know what I mean? It's a testament to the film, I say, as we pan to these guys, okay? Whatever, mate. Okay, fine. Alright. Yeah, what a great film, eh? What a full meal of a film. And sad at the end. I mean, I'll repeat it just because I think it's how I feel coming off the film. I feel exhausted, honestly. What a journey. But I think I like this film more. Like I say, not because it's better than the first film, but because it goes deeper. It takes, the first film did what it did and it was beautiful and it really dived deep into the subject matter. And this film took all of that and was like, let's dig a little deeper and go further. And it did. Oh, it did. It subverted a lot of what they did in the first film in beautiful ways. Like I say, that first question, what makes us human? What is humanity? That the first film kind of so beautifully brought to the forefront. Here, it asked that question again and gave us even more examples, blurred that line further, brought down that wall. Like I say, it's almost, I want more of this world. I want more stories, but I want them to stop. Now, it's so rare that you get such a good sequel that does everything that this film did for the first one. It enhanced that. It didn't take away from it. It added and enhanced and did more, which is everything you want from a sequel, right? Yeah, I kind of want them to stop now. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you didn't watch my first video on the first film, please go check that out. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did and you're not already, please consider subscribing down below, as well as movie commentaries. I do also cover regular shows, do Buffy the Vampire Slayer, The Good Place, and I do Better Call Saul. So hey, if this format of video tickled your fancy, mate, go check those out. But if not, no worries, and thank you for joining. Links in the description if you'd like to support me further. There's early access to my videos. Thank you, as always, to my patrons and my YouTube members. Thank you. Genuinely thank you to those folks for your support. Hey, consider watching any of these videos right here. But that's it from me. It's been a long one, so thank you if you've watched it all. And hopefully, I'll see you soon.